Thoughts on Florida versus Texas A&M this Saturday? Can't wait to hear what you have to say. Thank you, Chris. No playoff, no problem. There's no playoff spot on the line here, and yet we are perfectly fine looking forward to this game. Now, someone said to me today, ooh, that's a good idea because that's an example of programs maybe about to go in divergent directions. I don't think that. The A&M program you could say that about because Jimbo's been there 5 years. Billy Napier's, he's been in town less than 1 year. It's his first season. So I don't think this is an indictment on the Florida program if they were to lose. They're 4-4 right now. They would love to make a bowl, blah, blah, blah. That's what you normally say about a first-year staff. But Jesse had another key number here, and I'm proud of him. 2 key numbers in one show. He said 210. That's the key number in this one. I say, tell me more, Jesse. He said, well, rush yards. When Florida rushes for 210 yards or more, they're 4-0. And when they don't, they're 0-4, which is my kind of stat. That is nice and neat. There is no wiggle room there. You either top 210 or you lose. It's a beautiful thing. Here is the bad news for the home team. A&M is allowing about 237 rush yards per game over the last 5 games. And most recently, they gave up nearly 400 to Ole Miss. Obviously, the line's 3.5 in favor of A&M. So, yeah, it's a tight game. It's expected to be a tight game. I wonder what kind of effort I'm getting from Florida here. There's been a lot of off-the-field drama. Maybe it's a distraction. Maybe it's not. They dismissed Brenton Cox. I think they dismissed another player. They just came off loss to Georgia where they rallied, and then Georgia pulls away again. It's later in the year. I don't know what kind of effort I can get from them Saturday. And that's just unknowable. The other part here is A&M's defensive strength aligns perfectly with Florida's offensive weakness. Anthony Richardson has been held under 200 yards passing in 5 of 8 games this year. And A&M limits teams to like 170 yards through the air. So you better be able to run it on them. That's the key. You better be able to run it on them Saturday. Texas A&M also with Connor Wigman, whose name I'm going to start pronouncing correctly from here on out. Thank you guys for straightening me out on that. They looked different last weekend. They still lost, but they had their best offensive showing so far. And if you're going to get Florida, where are you going to get them? You're going to get them through the air. So I think A&M may be poised to have themselves a pretty decent day here through the air. This is a noon Eastern kickoff, by the way, so you don't have to wait very long. Wigman was 28 of 44, 4 touchdowns, no picks, 338 through the air last week. Can you build on it? Can you build on it? Let's take a look at what the model thinks. The Vegas number is A&M minus 3.5. There is a very strong lean on this game. We will end up betting this game. We're just going to see what the number does. A&M minus 3.5. The model has A&M minus 8.5. We think it's going to be, it may be A&M's best game of the season. The model thinks A&M is going to have their best offensive output of the season. The model thinks A&M is going to have their best game of the season. We're going to roll with the model. We're going to take A&M to win. We're going to take A&M to cover. And we will touch on that game again on Friday Night Lines. At Late Kick Josh, by the way. Friday Night Lines on Instagram. You want to make sure you're tuned in for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Make sure you like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Not just for me. That's how we keep this entire thing free.